Arjuna is asking which is the most perfect. He's not asking which one is correct. He's asking between these two, what is the best? I can reach you by email, I can reach you by phone. Which is the fastest? Which is the most effective? You only can give the answer. He cannot give the answer. It might be email, it might be phone. He doesn't know, right? So Krishna is being asked this question. Krishna is both Sagun and Nirgun. He has both. He's Brahman also, and he has his personality also. But that impersonal aspect of Krishna, the Brahma Jyoti, is resting on Krishna. Brahmano hi pratishtaham, Krishna says in Gita. That this Brahman is resting on me. It is not independent. As we said, light is not independent. If I take this bulb away, it's going to be dark. Krishna is the source on which the Brahma Jyoti is resting. Hare Krishna. First of all, thank you everyone for taking time out. Today we are going to start with chapter number 12. We discussed and completed chapter 11. So we're going to start with chapter 12. So, as you're already doing a revision of what we learned chapter 11, you were there last time. You were there, Prabhu, last time? Yes. You're not there. Okay. And some of you were there, online you were there. Okay. So 11th chapter, what was that entitled? The universal form. How many chapters are there in Gita? Your first time? Okay. How many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita? 18 chapters. How many shlokas? 700 shlokas. So the 11th chapter had how many shlokas? 55. Yes. 55. We covered last time 51 to 55, right? And we said that the last shloka is the essence of the entirety of Bhagavad Gita. Since then I have not read that verse, but do you remember anything? Memory, control, all delete. Yeah.
Three things happen. Three things happens when we engage in devotional.
Text 54. Yeah.
When we engage in the devotional service of Lord, it is drashtum, pravishtum, and
Gyatum,
drashtum, and pravishtum. You know about Krishna, you see Krishna, and you enter into the understanding.
When you do undivided devotional service. Yeah. So that was text 54, right? And then the last verse, which was the essence. What was that?
Your devotional service.
Yeah, but then Krishna mentioned 4 things that you should do to enter his loka, to enter the spiritual world. What are the 4 things that we should do? So the Sanskrit goes, Mat karma krin. Mat karma krin. Do work for me. Then Mat paramo. Consider me the supreme. Then Mad Bhakta Sangha Varjita. Become my devotee. What kind of devotee? Free from jnana and karma. Right? Specifically mentioned. Free from jnana and karma. Then Nirvairina Sarva Bhutanam. Bhuteshu. Right? Nirvairinam Sarva Bhuteshu. So that don't be envious of any living entity. When he says Bhuteshu, it doesn't mean only human issue, right? It means any living entity, right? Not that you see mosquito, why is it here? No. Or here is a bug, no more. Like that's how what they do in schools, right? So that is Sarva Bhuteshu. Sarva Bhuteshu means any living entity you see, you have to respect. Why?
Because all are part and parcels of.
Yes, and Krishna is there in everyone's heart. Krishna is so merciful that unless we go back to Godhead, we go back to the spiritual world, become liberated, he is not going to leave us. It's not like that if someone is really sinful, then the super soul leaves the body and goes away. Okay, iske paas nahi rahenge. He always is there. So Krishna is so merciful, he wants us back. Antaryami. He is always there in whatever life form you are. The super soul is in the, I don't know how the heart of the ant or what the looks, but he's always with the living entity in every body.
We are the body.
Our
souls are the body for Krishna. He's Antaryami.
So the Antaryami, the soul and the super soul, they're like together, sitting next to each other. and this Antaryami Krishna, the super soul, is always waiting for this individual soul to turn back to him. That's he's always waiting. So the example is given like there is a tree, and on that tree there there are two birds. One bird is eating the fruits of the tree, and there is this bird who is a friend of this bird, and he has the solution to all the problems, but this bird is not looking at his friend. He's busy eating the fruits of the tree. So that's our situation. We are busy eating, working, but we are not paying attention to the super soul. So anyways, four things that brings us to the point of pure devotional service. And then Arjuna, next chapter, again we discussed, there is no chapter ending because the discussion is going on where?
Battlefield.
Battlefield of Kurukshetra, right? So immediately after Krishna said that verse, that do these four things that will bring you to me, bring you into my spiritual world. Then Arjuna is asking, okay, because now Arjuna has seen the universal form. The universal form we discussed, is it temporary or permanent? It is temporary, right? So now we can repeat the verse. One thing to remember is, one thing to remember is that whenever we see a verse and then we see Arjuna Vacha or Bhagavan Vacha, Sri Bhagavan Vacha or anything which says Vacha, your verse recitation is not complete unless you say that. So if you have to speak that, like repeat that verse, this line like or in the beginning is important. It's part of the verse. So Arjuna Uvacha एवं सतत युक्ताये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चाप्यक्षरम् अव्यक्तम् तेषां के योगवित्तमाः. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested? So, this verse, which is following the essence of Bhagavad Gita verse, Arjuna is asking, there are two processes mainly. One is the personal way of approaching Krishna, and second is the impersonal way. So, Arjuna is asking, between the two processes, what you consider the ultimate. And why is asking Krishna? Because the processes are to reach to him, right? So if I ask you, what is the best way to reach you, Prabhu? Then you can say email or phone number, right? And then you may say phone is best. Now, email I may not check, but phone I am always checking, right? So just give me a call. So Gyan Yoga you might consider as an email, and then this is very very crude, bad whatever example. So when he, as a person who you are trying to contact, when you are asking him, the answer he gives is the best to contact him, right? So similarly, Arjuna is asking Krishna to reach you. There are two processes now, since we have discussed, which is a Gyan Yoga chapter, 4th?
Yes. Yeah.
Jnana Yoga, 4th. So Krishna has explained Jnana Yoga in the previous chapters, 4th chapter. He has discussed Bhakti Yoga to some extent, 6th chapter also he has discussed Bhakti Yoga, right? And then he showed Arjuna his Virata Rupa form in the 11th chapter. So now Arjuna has all these conceptions. He is carrying Jnana Yoga is there. He has seen the universal form. He knows about that there is Bhakti Yoga. Of course, Arjuna is a devotee. So he wants to now clarify, and Prabhupada is mentioning at the very end of the purport that he wants to clarify, is my position secure as a what? As a devotee. So he's now clearly asking Krishna to reach you, which process is the best. So if you again look at a Sanskrit, it always becomes easy when you look at Sanskrit. So evam satata yuktaye. Evam means thus. So evam thus. Satata, thus matlab, now continuing that verse. So thus. Satata yuktaye. Satata means satata. What is satata word? Always. Yukta means engaged. Engaged, yeah. Ye matlab those, right? Ye log, ye, those, right? Evam satata yukta ये भक्तास त्वाम पर्युपासते. Bhaktas मतलब devotees. Twam means unto you, twam. And then paryupasate. Upasate, what does upasate mean? Worship. And paryupasate means properly worshipped. ठीक है, paryupasate means properly worshipped. So then he's saying that evam satata yukta ye bhakta swam paryupasate. So if we think little deeply, then when Arjuna is saying that those who are constantly engaged, who? Your devotees. Devotees are what? Constantly engaged. He's using this term to qualify the devotees, that they are constantly engaged, which we can link back to the previous verse, mat karma grin, right? Because the devotees are always doing karma for Krishna, right? Whatever the devotees do, pure devotees do, or practicing devotees, the ultimate goal is to please Krishna, right? Evam satata yuktaye. So devotees are always engaged in doing service to Krishna. Whatever they do is for the sake of Krishna. Then the coming purports, Prabhupada will clarify it further, that whatever devotees do, it is all devotional service. Even though it may look that it's a material thing. For example, after the class, everyone is going to have prasadam.
Yes.
Are people eating in the restaurant?
Yes.
Right? People eat in the restaurant, right? We are going to do the same thing. We are also going to eat. But there is a gulf of difference. When they eat, they are eating sin. Krishna says, things that you don't offer to me and eat. What are you eating? Sin. What is the Sanskrit? Atmakarana. Those who cook for themselves and eat, what are they doing? They are simply cooking sin, putting it on a plate, eating it with a spoon. You are basically paap bana ke paap hi kha rahe ho, right? But those who are eating Krishna Prasad, they are also eating, right? Their stomach is also getting filled. But are they going to get karma for that? In fact, they are going to be liberated. Same activity, but from one you get bondage and the other you get liberation. What's the difference?
No karmic reaction.
Huh?
No karmic.
Yeah, but what's the difference? That's a result, but what's the difference between the two activities?
Devotional.
Because one is yoga, meaning in one you are already connected to Krishna. If your activities become connected to Krishna, what is it called? Now again some check of what we studied before. So there is karma. So there is karma, there is akarma, and then there is vikarma. 3 types of karma, right? Broadly. When you offer food to Krishna and eat, what is that? In which category? Akarma. And when you cook and eat yourself, what category is that? Karma. And when you go to KFC, what karma is that? Vikarma. Right? So if you go to Sarvavana Bhavan, whatever, like that may be karma. But if you go to KFC and McD and all, there vikarma. But if you come to Govinda's and order their podi dosa or whatever dosa, then it will be akarma, right? So we have to be intelligent and try to do akarma. So what akarma does is akarma takes you back to Krishna because it is connected to Krishna and it is the process of bhakti yoga. So now I'm giving the period because we are trying to focus more on the process of bhakti yoga and we are discussing this first 2 lines, that evam satata yuktaye. Devotees are always engaged in the service. Whatever they do is always engaged, right? Ye chapi aksharam avyaktam tesham ki yoga viktama. But those who are engaged in aksharam means that which you cannot perceive by your senses, unmanifested, you cannot perceive by your senses, right? And then avyaktam means
Cannot express.
unmanifested. What is vyakti? Vyakti pata kya? Vyakti is a person. Avyakti, not a person. Avyakta means impersonal, not manifested, right? A person who is not a person is not manifested, right? Tesham ke yoga vittama. Tesham, between these two, ke means who? Yoga vittama, right? Who is between these two is the best transcendentalist, right? So that is the question. And then who will give the answer?
Krishna.
Krishna. Anyone remembers what we read in the purport, or did we take the time to understand? Yes.
It was mainly that
Hmm.
difference between those who. It was mainly like those who worship Krishna and the manifested form, or the form that we can see and experience with our senses, and the unmanifested form, which is just to worship Brahman or the unmanifest. So Krishna says that it's easier to, it's more approachable to worship him and like personally, because we can sense him, we can make sense of it, than someone who tries to go avyaktam or beyond the senses, because it's almost impossible to perceive that. We just cannot.
Right. Thank you. What else? What else? What else? It's in front of you.
Prabhupada is saying that there are two types of people, the impersonal and the personal. The impersonal people meditate on Brahmajyoti, and the personal people meditate on Krishna himself.
Right. So, what is Brahmajyoti? Who knows?
The effulgence, the aura, the energy coming out of the presence, the personal presence of Bhagwan.
Okay, nice. Who else can say what is Brahmajyoti? Do we know? Can you raise your hands if you don't know about Brahmajyoti? Okay. So Krishna's body radiates light. So like this bulb. So this bulb is radiating light. What is there in the light? Photons, right? Photons, energy packets, right? So in this light or this bulb lamp, whatever there is, the light it emanates, it's basically consisting of photons. We may not see it, but the source of this light is does the light have a form? Can you say circle light, square light? No. What has form? The bulb has form, right? The bulb has form, but light has no form, right? Who is the light without a source? So Brahma Jyoti, as Prabhu said, is the light coming from the body of Krishna, and the entire creation is actually resting in that Brahma Jyoti, and that light is coming from whose body? Krishna's body. The spiritual world and the material world are both part of this existence. So, example, when the government creates a city, they also make a jail, right? Is the jail on Juhu Beach? Like if you go to Mumbai, do they put the jail on Juhu Beach, prime location, next to Ambani's house? Jail? No. Where is the jail kept? The worst place, like the very, like some corner place, no, not so important, or Alcatraz, like all how you see, right? So the jail is put in a corner. Similarly, this material world is just like a jail, and it's like in one of the corner of the creation. So the creation is infinite, and in the corner of the infinite, I don't know how there is a corner infinite, but there is a infinite in the infinite. There is a corner, right? This infinite, 3/4 of infinite is what? Spiritual world, and 1/4 is material world. It is not small. Infinite का 1/4 कितना होता है?
Infinite.
Yeah, so that is 1/4 infinite is material, and 3/4 infinite is spiritual. But they are all infinite, right? But still, it is 3 times infinity. Math doesn't work here, right? So, where the Brahman effulgence ends, there is this huge river. Sorry, not river, it's ocean. It's called Karana Ocean. What is it called? Karana Ocean. Just like when if you've been to San Francisco, there is this bay, and then there is a small island, Alcatraz, right? And then all the prisoners were back when they used to be there. So similarly, after, like, where the spiritual creation ends, there is this huge ocean called Karan Sagar, and in that Karan Sagar there is Mahavishnu. He is an expansion of whom? Lord Krishna. There is Mahavishnu, and from Mahavishnu comes Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Who comes? And from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes who? Brahma, right? And then there is Shirodashaya Vishnu also, who becomes the super soul in our heart. Okay, if I were able to, I could actually draw and show you how it looks, but you got the point. So that light on which everything is resting, even the sun that we see, the light of the sun is coming from what? Prabhupada says it's coming from Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti is the source. For example, any light you see in this creation, in this world, it's actually energy coming from the sun. But the energy of the sun, we may say, oh, it's fission, fusion, whatever reaction, and we may try to explain it in different ways. Oh, it's a star, it's too far, and this and that. But the scriptures say, Vedas say, that the energy of the sun is actually a representation from, or is actually coming from Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti is the source of all energies. And what is the source of Brahma Jyoti? Krishna. So that Brahma Jyoti is consisting of, so any Jyoti, any light is consisting of what? If you have read science, and light consists of photons. There are particles in light called photons, energy packets, right? That carries energy, and that is what you see, light. Similarly, in the Brahma Jyoti, that Jyoti also has small particles. What is that particle? Glitter. Gold glitter. Parents' nightmare, glitter. What is that? Soul. The souls are the photons. So the impersonalist, they worship what? Brahma Jyoti. So what they get is Brahma Jyoti. Krishna says ki whoever you are worshipping, you get that destination. So if you worship the Devatas, you go to their planet. So example, if you worship Trump, you become a member of his tech team, right? Or you get citizenship, green card, whatever. So whoever you worship that's what you, or you may not get, I don't know. But the point is like, so whoever you are worshipping, Krishna says the destination. So if you are worshipping the ghost and spirit, that's what you're going to become next life. Because you are so attached to ghost and spirit, calling them Aja Baba, and then you also next life become ghost. So Krishna says, whatever you are worshipping, you become that. So then Krishna says in the last line that those who worship me, they come to me, right? But those who worship the impersonal, they end up in the Brahma Jyoti, right? Huh?
Are they Kaivalya?
Kaivalya, that is Kaivalya. Kaivalya means nothing else, meaning there is nothing else, just oneness. The soul is there, it's all
Meditating upon themselves.
yeah, so they meditate upon themselves, which ultimately that's Jnana Yoga. So Jnana Yoga means you are not meditating on the form of the Lord. You are meditating on the impersonal aspect, right? And then so once you become perfect, then whatever you see, your vision becomes so expanded. And that's a real, Krishna says there are two paths. So this is a bona fide path. Jnana Yoga is not a artificial, it's not a fake thing. It is a real path. And there are yogis who live in Himalaya and who are practicing Jnana Yoga. And there are yogis who are living for hundreds of years. They are not like, the 100-year rule doesn't apply to them, because they are yogis. They know so many yoga siddhis, kumbhan, whatever kriya, and they live for long, many years in Himalayas. But that is, we'll come to the next verse. Krishna will clarify that. So let's go to the next verse. So that will, I think I'm jumping ahead. Text number 2. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Mayaveshya Mano Ye Mam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetas Te Me Yukta Tamamataha. Now Krishna is answering immediately he is answering. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith, and they are considered to be by me to be the most perfect. Arjuna is asking which is the most perfect. He is not asking which one is correct. He is not saying ki ye galat hai ki ye sahi hai. He is asking between these two, what is the best? I can reach you by email, I can reach you by phone. Which is the fastest? Which is the most effective? You only can give the answer. He cannot give the answer. It might be email, it might be phone. He doesn't know, right? So Krishna is being asked this question, right? Going to Sanskrit. Mai aveshya mano ye mam. Who is speaking this verse now? Krishna. Why is he speaking? Because question pucha gaya hai na. So Arjuna questioned him, and Arjuna is his who? Disciple. What did Arjuna say? Second chapter ending. Karpanya dosho pahatas swabhava prichhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yashad nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadi mam tvam parpanam. Arjuna said, now I am your disciple. So now this conversation is happening not between two friends, but between a disciple and guru. Right? So disciple asked, and the guru's responsibility is to answer. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna is clarifying here. What is he clarifying? Without going to the translation, what did we hear? We heard the translation being read. What did Krishna say?
Krishna said, worshipping me is the best.
Worshipping my personal form is the
Personal form is the best.
best, right? May aveshya mano ye mam nitya yukta upasate shraddhaya parayopetas teme yukta tamamata. Krishna is saying that teme yukta tamamata, they are the, he asked who yoga vittama, and he's saying that teme yukta tamamata, according to my opinion. Whose opinion is this? Krishna's opinion. He's saying that those who are worshipping me, my personal form, they are the most perfect among the yogis, right? And how many types of yogis we said broadly? Two. Personal and impersonal, right? And why is it so?
They will reach,
Reach Krishna
Kaivalya
instead of
Ati can't
Brahma.
reach Krishna.
Huh.
They will think upon themselves, but Bhagavan Labhati will reach Krishna.
Yeah, but why are people like divided between their attachments? Like some are attached to jnana, some are attached to bhakti. Why is it so?
Different forms.
Because of
But meaning like why as an individual? Like why is it so?
psychophysical nature.
Huh?
Because
Are you
of
okay? Yeah, you can either do two things. You can either convince or he was successful in confusing. No, but yeah. So it's a sorry. It's an individual choice, of course, of living entities. So, sorry, again, last week's still continuing. So living entities, they have independence. Have you ever seen someone is going to shoot someone and then Lord Krishna appearing, hey? Does it happen? Or you are wasting your time and then Krishna appears? Doesn't happen, right? He lets you do. But he is watching you. He is the witness. What is that verse that I am witness? Drashta cha anumanta cha, right? Something like that, right? Anumanta, that Krishna is the witness and he's also the
Seer. He's also watching.
seer, and then he is the one who approves your, whatever. Yeah, he sanctions, exactly, sanctions. He sanctions. He's the one who sanctions, right? Man proposes, God disposes, right? So Krishna here is confirming that those who are engaged in my personal form, they are, according to me, they are the most perfect. So we were discussing why are they there too, right? We have read this verse in Bhagavad Gita, which says, Bahunam Sarvamiti Samatma Sudarlava. Okay, now we go back, Prabhu. What was that verse? Bahunam.
हमको तो वर्ष इतना याद
Nahi, meaning. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. So after this, we'll again ask you, okay, Prabhu. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. After many births, Krishna is saying in Gita, after many births, those who are practicing what? Jnana Yoga. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanvan Mam Prapadyate. Then Krishna is saying that after many births of doing Jnana Yoga, the Jnana Yogi finally does what? Mam Prapadyate. What does he do? He surrenders to the personal form of Krishna. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanvan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. And why does he surrender? Because he has realized that now Krishna is everything, and then he surrenders. Before that, he's trying to, he's doing jnana. What is jnana? Yeah, but what does the word jnana mean? Knowledge. So what do seekers of knowledge do?
They learn about it.
Yeah, so they read and they go to like certain like Himalayas or some peaceful place, and they try to do what? Meditate. They try to meditate. And meditate on what? They have no conception of personal form of God. They know there is someone supreme and he doesn't have a form. Why? Why do they think that he doesn't have a form?
Because they get bewildered by the light itself.
You are close. You are close, Prabhu. Yes. So what happens is, like those who are impersonalists, they see that the form that they see, all that form is what? Material. Elephant, rat, humans, trees, land, forest, fire, everything has a form, and that form is material form. So, and their conception is that God is spiritual. So spiritual cannot have a form because form is always material, because all what they see is all material. It's all, everything is material. Mridanga is material. Okay, this is material. Everything is material. So everything material has a form, which means that if you take away the form, that is spiritual. Or if I am looking for someone spiritual, like the Supreme Spirit, it cannot have a form, because as soon as he will have a form, it becomes material. But they don't understand that there is spiritual form also, right? So there is guna, and then there is nirguna. What does the one guna means in Hindi? Guna is also Hindi. Guna in English? Quality. And what does nirguna means? Without qualities, right? So they say the supreme truth is what? Without quality. Why? Because all the quality is material. Beautiful is a material quality. Rich is a material quality, right? Whatever you see, handsome, whatever is a material quality, right? Tall, fat, whatever, it's a material quality. Yes.
So is it that like Krishna and all are nirgun, or is it that they are like? Because I've also heard that they're all the qualities at the same time. So
Yes. So everything is reconciled in Krishna. So Krishna is both Sagun and Nirgun. He has both. He's Brahman also, and he has his personality also. But that impersonal aspect of Krishna, the Brahma Jyoti, is resting on Krishna. Brahmano hi pratishtaham, Krishna says in Gita. That this Brahman is resting on me. It is not independent. As we said, light is not independent. If I take this bulb away, it's going to be dark. Right? If you take a candle away, it's going to be dark. You cannot hide the candle very carefully so that the light still remains. ऐसे मैं धीरे धीरे ढकूंगा उसको तो लाइट रह जाएगी हाँ रूम में भरा हुआ, it's not going to happen. As soon as you try to cover it, the light is gone. So similarly, the light is resting on this bulb. The bulb is gone, the light is gone. The light is not there, bulb is not there because of light. The light is there because of bulb. So similarly, Brahmano is pratishtaham, right? So Krishna is the source on which the Brahma Jyoti is resting. Is this concept clear so far? Right? So we understood that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has a form, and then his Brahma Jyoti aspect doesn't have a form, because light doesn't have a form, right? And then the impersonalists, the Jnanis, they want to enter where? Brahma Jyoti, because it is spiritual existence. It is not material. If you get liberated, sometimes like there are two types of sadhu. One sadhu is impersonal sadhu, and then there is personal sadhu. So the impersonal sadhu, when they achieve samadhi, then they are called what? Brahmalin. They are called Brahmalin. You see, they are like when they leave the bodies, they are said Brahmalin Swami something. But when Vaishnava Acharyas, Srimad Ramanujacharya, Prashi Sampradaya, like Vallabhacharya, Nimbark, Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, and then these Acharyas, when they leave, what do we say against them? We don't say Brahmalin. What do we say? We say Nitya Leela Pravisht. What do we say? Means they have entered where? In the pastimes of the Lord. Right? They have entered the pastimes of the Lord. We don't say Brahmalin. Who gets Brahman? Have you heard some pastime of Krishna killing demons? Yeah. Right? Can you give an example of whom Krishna killed? Huh? Mata Putana. No, you're right, because ultimately she became mother. Very nice. So he probably combined both the philosophies together. Nice. You'll remember. So Putana was killed, but what did she become? She became mother. Any example where the light entered Krishna's body? Shishupal, he again went back to, but Aghasura pastime, like this was big snake, python. When he got killed, the light from Aghasura, it entered the body of Krishna. So what happened was, when Krishna killed Aghasura was in the form of a python, huge python. If you see the Little Krishna serial, you will see. So huge python form, right? So Little Krishna serial is very nicely made. I have seen like 100 times because of my boys. So when Krishna killed Aghasura, the light, so the soul from Aghasura's body left, and then it actually went up in the air and it was waiting. It was waiting for whom? Waiting for Krishna to come out. And then when Krishna came out, that light went inside Krishna's body and merged. That liberation is what? Impersonal liberation. Putana, she didn't get impersonal liberation. She became what? She became mother of Krishna in some spiritual world. In one of the pastimes, she became what? Mother. One of the, not mother. It's not like she's taking the place of Mother Yashoda. Right? She didn't become Mother Yashoda. She became one of the nurses. Nurse Banidhai. Right? So you're right. Lekin, these other demons, when they got killed, they entered the body of Krishna. That is what is Brahmalin. What is that? Brahmalin. They don't get spiritual body. They, that particle of light, that spirit soul, it enters where? In Brahmajyoti.
So Brahmaling is Kaivalya.
That's Kaivalya. Brahma is Brahmalin. Yeah, Kaivalya. Kaivalya Moksha is Brahma. Yeah.
So with Aghasur, what happened? Is it like merging with the Brahman?
He got Sayujya Mukti. So he entered the body of Krishna, he merged. And then he got impersonal liberation. He didn't become like a, I have not read that he became like a associate or 400 form. Otherwise he would also, he, according to, like if you read the pure verse itself, for Aghasura Prabhu, the soul entered the body of Krishna, so that is Sayujya Mukti.
Not Samipyam.
Samipyam is like next to the Lord, but that is like being on the planet, you get a personal body. So it doesn't say that. Maybe the acharyas have given commentaries or some other scripture has given. Yeah, so no, Kaivalya is not. So there are 5 types of mukti. Can anyone say what are the 5 types of mukti? Sayujya, Samipya, Salokya, Sarshti, and Samipya. हो गया 5. So Sarupya. So Sayujya, Salokya, Samipya, Sarshti, and Sayujya and Sarupya. I think I'm missing one. Sarupya. Yeah. So 5 types of mukti are there. Of these, the 4 are where you are actually in Vaikuntha planet, right? And this Sayujya Mukti, generally, who gets the Sayujya Mukti? The demons, when they get killed by Krishna, they become what? They enter the Brahman effulgence, right? So who gets this Brahman Mukti? Demons. When they get killed, they get Brahman Mukti. So for devotees, it's not very, like, they don't consider it very important, right?
So does that mean they will come back again?
No, not always. Not all the those who are in Brahma Jyoti, they will come back. They'll stay there. Yeah. So there's nothing to do there. Just they're hanging out. So because it's this light, their photon light, they're hanging there in Brahma Jyoti. There's nothing to do.
What's the difference between merging in Krishna and merging in Brahma Jyoti?
So merging in Krishna and merging in Brahma Jyoti. So in the past time, this soul actually enters and then it goes into this Brahma Jyoti. Yeah, maybe like it directly enters and it gets out there. I don't know how it happens, but that's what it is.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, because the Brahman is Krishna is the same. So here or there, like you have seen like the science fiction movies. If you enter this black hole and then you enter, you come out some other door. Similarly, that way. Yes.
So if soul merges with Brahma Jyoti, if the soul merges with Brahma Jyoti, then they are in Brahma Jyoti only. They are not with Krishna. Vaikuntha planet is separate from Brahma Jyoti, is what you're saying.
Like Brahma Jyoti, just like Earth is, if you see from a distance, if you go to sit on a satellite and you see the Earth, so the Earth is around the Earth is sunlight, but the Earth is somewhere in the air, hanging in the air, right? And then this sunlight is all everywhere spread across. Similarly, Brahma Jyoti is everywhere spread across, and these Vaikuntha, they are planets. They are infinite planets. They are all just how we have these planets. Vaikunthas are different planets. So they are resting on Brahma Jyoti. So they are on Brahma Jyoti, and the Brahma Jyoti is nothing but light coming from the body of Krishna. So everything in one sense is Krishna.
So what they say is like Brahman, like the oneness, and
the Brahman means the Brahma Jyoti. That's a word. It's like synonymous. Brahman or Brahma Jyoti.
They can't be doing service.
They can do, but because for doing service you need some instrument, and either you use spiritual senses when you go to the spiritual world, or when you are in this material world you use your material senses to serve. We talked last time, right? Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. So that's what we do. But here, coming back to this verse, remind me later. Okay. So now Krishna is clarifying, moving to the next line. Next 3 and 4. Now Krishna is describing what is impersonal or the Jnana Marga. Very detailed Krishna is giving all. We will try to remember this also. Ye tvaksharam anirdeshyam avyaktam paryupasate sarvatra gamma chintyam cha kutastham achalam dhruvam sanniyam yendriya gramam sarvatra samabuddhayah te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hete rataha. We'll take Sanskrit directly. Let's see. Ye tu aksharam anirdeshyam. Aksharam, we talked
About this.
beyond our senses. Yes. Anirdeshyam. Anirdeshyam. Nirdesh means no, it's instruction, but anirdeshyam. So when you do Sanskrit in this way, it will imprint it. At least it works for me, right? Aksharam is beyond the senses, and what is being explained here? Impersonal. Anirdeshyam.
Who cannot see?
Anirdeshyam. So let's cheat. Indefinite. Nirdesh means to give direction, basically. So it means indefinite. Okay. Avyaktam. Avyaktam. What is avyaktam? Avyaktam, which is unmanifested. Unmanifested. Yeah, unmanifested cannot be explained. Paryupasate. Properly worship. Is it the same verse? Okay. Paryupasate. Okay. Worshipping properly. Yes, worshipping properly. Sarvatra gam. Gam wala gam nahi hai, dukh wala gam. Everywhere there is sorrow. Nahi. Sarvatra gam. Everywhere he's moving everywhere. Gam means he can go anywhere. Yeah, he can go anywhere. Let's cheat. All pervading. Yeah. Achintyam. Inconceivable, because his friend's name is Gita Verses. Cha means and, yeah. Kutastham. Prabhupada says in the center, because I remember. Oh, sorry, unchanging. Sorry, I don't remember. Achalam, simple, non-moving. Yes. Dhruvam. Dhruvam is fixed. Yes, Dhruvam is fixed. Fixed. That's true. Sanni Yamyendriya Gramam. That means Indriya Gramam means the group of senses. How many senses do we have? 5. Can you name? Yeah, 6, including the mind. Yes. How many? Name them senses.
Touch, taste, smell, feel. Touch, taste, smell, see, hear.
Here. And then yes. So Sanni Yamyendriya Gramam means their senses are controlled. How many senses are controlled? All 5. It is not कि बाकी सब मस्त आँख से सब कुछ सही देखना है, बाकी कुछ मतलब नहीं, right? It's not like we will not smell anything bad, but we'll do everything bad, right? No, all the senses are controlled. Sanni Yamyendriya Gramam, all the senses, right? Sarvatra Samabuddhaya. Everywhere their buddhi means their understanding is perfect, that everywhere they have equal vision. Means whatever they see, they have equal vision, right? They don't differentiate between a man or an elephant or a brahmana. What is the shloka? Pandita Samadarshana, right? Shuni Pandita Samadarshana. First line I don't never remember. Sarvatra Samabuddhaya te prapnuvanti mameva. Krishna is saying what? Te means those. Yeah, te means those. Te kya kar raha hai? Sometimes in Mumbai, like te kya kar raha hai? Prapnuvanti. There I have heard that. Te kya? Prapnuvanti. Prapnuvanti. What is prapnuvanti? Achieve. Mam eva. Mam means me. Yes. Eva means certainly. So Krishna is saying that these impersonalists, they will certainly achieve me. It's not a joke to become an impersonalist. So they will certainly achieve me. Sarva bhuta hite rataha. Sarva bhuta means all ghosts, all living entities. Hite rata. Hite rata means
Their interest lies.
very nice. So sarva bhuta hite. So their impersonalists or those who are jnana margis, they are always engaged in the welfare activities of all living entities. Right? That's what
Even
this
if
means.
their vision is not perfect, their intentions are good.
Yeah, their vision is also in one sense perfect because there is no difference.
So effulgence is beyond नहीं देख पा रहा है.
Correct.
थोड़ा सा चश्मे.
Translation. You want to read translation, Bhu? Please.
Yes.
Prabhu gave it.
But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engaged in the welfare of all are at last achieve me.
Achieve me. Krishna says they come to me. And who is saying this? Krishna. So he's saying they come to me, that they will definitely go to Krishna. But, yes.
Krishna says that Bhakti Yoga is better than Jnana Yoga.
Ha.
But in Jnana Yoga, so Krishna says that Bhakti Yoga is better than Jnana Yoga to achieve him. But if one practices Jnana Yoga with these qualities in mind, then he will also achieve.
He will also achieve. Yes. So the words again. Bahunam janmanam ante Jnanvan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti Samahatma sudurlabha. Now that we have come to this platform of Bhakti Yoga, in some degree, to whatever degree, like of course, right? Doesn't mean that we have not spent lives doing jnana. It may be in many lives we have been jnana yogis.
Realize that through that we can't reach.
Yes, exactly. That's the point. So, bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti Samahatma sudurlabha. Then he understands that after doing all his jnana, he understands that no, Vasudeva, the form of Krishna, Vasudeva is Krishna's form, right? He's not saying Brahma Sarva is everything. He said Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. He is very rare, right? Then Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kaschit Yatati Siddhaye Siddhanam Kasma Veti Tatvata. Then among many men, some try to understand me, and of those, some they become devotees, and then out of those also very few they come to me. Like, so there is this filtration process, but ultimately the goal is that we all stay in the process, and then Krishna is saying that definitely you will reach me with whatever process you take, because Jnana Marga, ultimately when they are at the peak of their Jnana Marga, just like Shukadeva Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami stayed in his mother's womb for how many days?
Like 16 years.
16 years. She was just carrying the baby for 16 years, imagine. It's so difficult, right? So she was Vyasadeva's wife, she was carrying Shukadeva Goswami for 16 years. And then his father, Vyasadeva, he was saying, Beta, aajao, come. And he was not coming out. He literally said, please, no. He said, I'm not going to come out, because as soon as I come out, the Maya of Krishna Maya of God, of the Supreme Person is going to capture me, and then I'll be in a bondage. So I don't want to come out. I'm fine here. I don't want to come out and get in Maya. So then what he did was, and then he was saying, come out, and then he came out and immediately ran to the forest. He was already 16 years old, right? He was already 16 years old. He was in a teenage. He was a teenager already. So he came out of his mother's body and he immediately went to the forest, right? He ran away to the forest, and he was a Paramhansa soul. So he went to the forest and he was meditating on the impersonal form. And then it is said, and some acharyas say, that Vyasadeva, he sent some of his disciples to sing shlokas of Srimad Bhagavatam. So they knew which forest he was. So nearby they would go and chant these verses loudly. Of course, he knew Sanskrit, so they would chant. Especially, they said two verses. One that describes the beauty of Krishna, and second that describes the mercy of Krishna. What is the verse of beauty of Krishna? Barha Pidam. So that verse describes when Krishna is entering the Vrindavan forest, how it's so beautiful. And then the other mercy verse, the verse that talks about Krishna's mercy, Daya, Karuna, that says that Krishna is so merciful that this demoness Putana who came, as Prabhu said, the demoness Putana who tries to kill Krishna, she became what? Mother. Who would do that? Can you imagine? No, that I was reading one book for the kids, and that book it says like Mother Putana only. I've seen that. Hare Krishna. So, have you ever seen someone who's trying to kill you and then you make them their mother? Your mother. So, let's say someone is trying to kill you and they are unsuccessful. You say, okay, this is my apartment, extra apartment keys. You go live there. No one does that. But Krishna is so merciful. He made Putna mother in her own house in spiritual world. Where Krishna very merciful. So these two verses, when Shukadeva Goswami heard, he became what? A bhakta. What did he become? Bhakta. In our morning breakfast time, we are reading this verse, right? Atma Ramascha Munaya Nirgantopi Urukrama Kurvante Hetuki Bhaktim Ittam Bhuta Gunohari. So this verse says that Atma Ram, those who are already liberated. Liberated how? Through impersonal realization. They also become attracted to the qualities of Krishna. But it's not the opposite. There is no example that you can find that a devotee is becoming attracted to impersonal. Once you get the taste of devotional service, you cannot go back. Once you have eaten in Taj Palace, you will not go to Raju Dhaba. You will never go to Raju Dhaba, right? If you have the money. If you don't have, then you have to go to Raju Dhaba. But if you have the qualification, then you will go to Taj Palace. Even for your chai, you will go to Taj Palace. Right? 1,000 rupees. Finish. Higher taste. Yeah, exactly. So once you get higher taste, you don't go back to lower taste. And that's a fact in your life, right? Similarly, those who have become devotees of Krishna, they have already crossed the stage. There's a shloka in Bhagavatam that says that, I'm not remembering the shloka right now, but the shloka is that those who have become devotees or those who are worshipping Krishna, they have done all the sacrifices. They have done all the penances. Te pustapaste swastunarya brahmanuchur nama grinanti yate. So they have done all the sacrifices. They have studied all the Vedas. They have visited all the holy places. And then it says many times. How many times? Many times. Who? Those who are chanting Krishna's name. Those who are chanting Krishna's name in this life, in their past lives, they have done yoga, jnana yoga, many times. They have read scriptures, Vedas, many times. They have done the sacrifices, Agnishtoma Yagya, Ashwamedha Yagya, Gomedha Yagya, all these yagyas they have done many, not like 3 or 4 times, many times. And then visiting the holy places many times. Who? Those who are chanting. So when we see someone who is not chanting, or we see that okay, he's attached to a certain process, he's going to do parikrama of Girirajji, but he's not chanting, or he's going to Gangaji and taking bath but not doing chanting, we should know that in the future you will see this guy in whatever form, he will have a bead bag in his hand if he continues to do the right thing, right? That means it's a progression. So someone is at a lower stage in their evolution to going back home, back to Godhead, or to becoming liberated. We should not criticize, or we should not think that he is lower. We were there before. Now we are here, but we have seen all of that. I heard that when Dhruva Maharaj was going back to the spiritual world, he saw this one big white mountain, huge white mountain. And then he asked when the airplane was going, and he saw this mountain. Ooh, nice mountain. So then he asked, which mountain is this? You don't know this mountain? This is the mountain of the bones of your previous life. So how many lives we have had in the past? How many lives do we would have had? Infinite life. We have went to the hellish night also so many times. बहुत पिटाई हुआ है, but we don't remember. We don't remember. We have been taken out, like our juice has been taken out, like how you take a juice out of a sugar cane, but we don't remember. We don't remember anything. That's the beauty, right? Krishna, yeah. Krishna says both you and me, Arjuna, and all of these warriors assembled here. We were there before also, and we are here now also. The only difference is you don't remember your previous birth. I remember, right? Krishna says in Gita, right? So you have all read up till 11th chapter. Okay. So Krishna says that those who are impersonalists, even they achieve him at last. Prabhupada is clarifying. At last achieve me. Last verse. What time is it, Prabhu? Oh, ho bhi gaya. So next verse. Next, okay. We should write. This verse will very clearly establish Bhakti Yoga as supreme, and this is written or spoken by Krishna, who we are trying to achieve. So the question is, आपको पहुंचने का easy process क्या है? Best process क्या है? What's the easiest process to reach you? Bhakti or Gyan. Now Krishna in the 5th verse is giving a very clear answer. क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिरवाप्यते. संस्कृत पे आ जाते हैं. लेट्स कम टू संस्कृत. क्लेश. वी हैव heard the words क्लेश. हाँ, कलेश मत मचाओ. क्लेश. क्लेश means difficult, right? Klesho adhika. We know adhika. Adhik means too much, right? So too much klesh. What? Klesho adhika taras. Taras means not taras khawala. Taras means adhik tara. Yeah. So that is the second level of superlative, right? Adhika tara means adhik means more, and adhik tara means even more. So even more troublesome. Klesho means troublesome. Even more troublesome. Tesham. Avyakta sakta tesha means of those. Of whose? In the previous verse is talking about whom? So this verse is continuing, right? Again we said, like, Krishna is not saying verse number 1, 2, like it's just speaking. It's a conversation. Avyakta sakta chetasam. Those whose cheta means what? Intelligence or mind. Those who are absorbed in avyakta. Avyakta means unmanifested. Asakta. What is asakta? Attached. So Krishna is saying those who are attached to the unmanifested. Okay, now you are taking Sanskrit. Klesho adhikataras tesham. For those it is very, very difficult. It's very troublesome. Right? Avyakta hi gatir dukkham. Then Krishna says this gati means destination. So the destination for the avyakta means those who are attached to the unmanifested, the jnana yogis. For them, the destination and the process is what?
Very
Dukkham is what? Dukkham is simple. Look, it's very troublesome. It's very not pleasing. It's a lot of like trouble. And dehavadbhir avapyate. So those who are embodied, for them this is true. Krishna is saying. Dehavadbhir means those who have a deha. How many of us have a body? Wow. So we all have body. So for us, Krishna is saying this verse. Those who have body, for them, it is very difficult. The process is very troublesome. Okay, someone can read. Prabhu, can you read at the back the translation loudly?
For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal features of the supreme advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
Thank you, Prabhu. The purport is huge, so I would recommend that in our spare time we read that. But here Krishna is making it very, very clear that those who are following the path of the worshipping the unmanifested, that which you cannot see, that which you cannot feel, it is very, very difficult, very troublesome. So you have heard this example and we'll end after this example. So There was this new teacher who came to a village, and first time the train also started in that village. So a railway line, right? You must have heard that example. So the teacher asked the kids, okay, first time the train is coming to this village on the railway station. Bunty, you go and go and see how the train looks, and immediately run back and describe to us how the train looks. So Bunty goes, and then the train is now far away. So he sees, oh, there is some big light. He says, oh, this light? And this, okay, it's light. And then he came back running. I'll bataunga. So he went, and then he said, teacher, I saw the train. Yeah, please, how it is described? Oh, it's a big yellow light. It's a huge light, and it spreads everywhere. It's a huge light. And he's like, good job. Have a seat, Bunty. Bunty sits, and then he says, Pintu, you go. And then Pintu goes and sees. Then by that time the engine is closer, and then he sees this big black kind of a vehicle with this light on the headlight here, and he's like, okay, that's all he saw. And then he went back, and then he said, teacher, she said, oh, how is the train? Oh, it's like a big black box, kind of like a carriage, and then there is this light at the top. And he said, very good job, said. And then she finally sent Siddharth, some intelligent boy. Bunty and Pintu couldn't do it, so they didn't wait. They were too like haste. So then Siddharth went. By that time, the train was on the platform, and then when he saw that engine, he saw the bogie, and he saw people were in the bogie. They were eating something. Some were fighting. Some were doing this. The TT was checking the ticket. He was checking everything, and there were people crying, "Oh, don't go now." So he saw everything, right? He saw everything. So he saw all the variations, right? And then he came back, and then he described what he saw. And the teacher said, this is perfect. Who was wrong in the three? All are right. Similarly, if you take this example back into spiritual, those who see the light from a distance, they are what? Impersonalist. Those who see the engine bogie and the light on the top, they are compared to what? Ashtanga yogis. They are compared to what? Ashtanga yogis, they meditate, and they meditate on the form of Krishna in their hearts. Vishnu form, 4-handed form, very beautiful form, sitting on a lotus world in the heart, and they keep meditating, and at one point, like in whatever lifetime they become perfect, their vision gets blocked, and they become agitated. Oh, where is my vision is lost of the Lord, and then they see Lord
in front of their eyes,
like Dhruva Maharaj. So that is a second level of understanding, right? But there is personalism in second understanding. The third is the most detailed. That's where you see there is Krishna Loka, there is Krishna has Sakhas, Subal Sakha, Siddham Sakha, this Sakha, right? The mother Yashoda is there, father is mother, uncle, auntie, everyone is there, servants are there, everyone is there. And that is perfection of understanding spiritual life, right? Understanding Krishna, everything, all variegatedness, that is perfection. So that is highest. But for that you have to wait till everything is parked, right? And then you have to observe nicely, not how you run away, right? So that's what it is, right? So I think we can conclude the class with that. Any questions we can take with prasadam, like when we are having prasadam. But any points you want to make? I know we made a lot of points between the class. Yes, Prabhu.
Just one thing I just wanted to add to that it's in addition to bhakti yoga, there is Gyan yoga through which one can attain God. There is also Karma yoga through which one can attain God. But it's just that, like Gyan yoga is very difficult, Karma yoga is even more difficult, or at least as difficult. Because in that discussion, Krishna lays down in the initial chapters the Ashtanga yoga, the steps for that, and then someone as capable as Arjun responds by saying that maybe for once I can control the wind, but this, which includes controlling the mind as well, among other very difficult steps, may not be. So I just in case someone has joined late, so I
yes, thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Nice point. All right. I think we can end the class here. Right? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
We can do chanting.
Okay, do chanting. Okay, nice. I have to chant also.